The Young Monk and the Power of Lust. Once upon a time, there was a small Buddhist monastery on top of a peaceful mountain. A wise old master lived there with a few of his students. They spent their days meditating and learning the path of peace and mindfulness. Their life was quiet and simple. Among the students, there was a young monk who had recently joined the monastery. He was sincere and eager to learn, but still new to the spiritual life. Every morning, the monks would go down the hill to a nearby village to collect alms, food offerings. One day, the young monk knocked on the door of a house. A young woman opened the door. She had just taken a bath, and her wet hair was shining. Her face looked fresh and beautiful. The young monk had never seen such beauty before. He could not take his eyes off her. The woman smiled kindly, went inside, and brought food for him. She gave it with respect. The young monk thanked her and returned to the monastery, but he could not forget her face. Her image stayed in his mind. The next morning, even though monks were supposed to visit different houses each day, he went to the same house again. The woman welcomed him with a bright smile and gave him food. This continued for several days. One morning, the monk went to her house even earlier than usual. The woman said politely, "Venerable sir, I give food only after taking my bath. Today you came too early. Please wait. I will go to the river, take a bath, and then return to offer food." The monk agreed, but when she left for the river, he quietly followed her. He hid behind a tree and watched her taking a bath. For a moment, he felt guilty and thought, "What am I doing?" But his desire was too strong, and he continued watching her. After her bath, the woman returned home. The monk quickly ran back and waited at her door, pretending as if nothing had happened. She gave him food respectfully, unaware of what he had done. The young monk kept doing the same thing every day, watching her secretly and collecting alms from her afterward. Soon, he stopped talking to others in the monastery. He was lost in thoughts of the woman. He found it hard to meditate or stay focused. The wise master noticed this change in him. One day, the master gently asked, "My child, what is troubling you?" The young monk replied, "Nothing, master. I am just not feeling well." The master stayed calm but decided to watch him closely. The next morning, the master followed the young monk secretly. From a distance, he saw everything: the monk hiding behind a tree and watching the woman at the river. The master felt sad. He slowly walked up to the young monk and placed a firm hand on his shoulder. The monk turned around, shocked and scared. His face turned pale, and he began to shake. He tried to explain, but his voice trembled. The master said nothing. He gently took the young monk's hand and led him up the mountain. After a long walk, they reached a dirty and muddy pond. The master said, "Can you cross this pond and come back?" The young monk nodded. He started removing his robe. The master stopped him and asked, "Why are you removing your robe?" The monk replied, "Master, the water is dirty. If I wear my robe, it will get spoiled." The master smiled and said, "You care so much about your robe, which is not very valuable, but you allowed your precious mind to become dirty so easily." He continued, "This robe can be washed, but when the mind becomes dirty, it is not easy to clean. Lust is like this mud. At first it seems small, but once you step in, it sticks to you. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink." The master looked into the monk's eyes and said, "When you allow lust into your mind, it stains you, it traps you. And if you don't stop, it pulls you down more and more." The young monk felt ashamed. He understood his master's words deeply. Tears rolled down his cheeks. He bowed to his master and said, "Please forgive me, I lost my way." The master placed his hand gently on his shoulder and said, "Falling is not your defeat, but staying fallen is. Get up and become stronger and wiser." From that day, the young monk began his real practice. He stopped going for alms and stayed in the monastery. He fought with his own thoughts, protected his mind, and purified his heart. Years later, he became a great teacher, known for his deep wisdom. He would often tell his students, "I have attached the link below, how to control lust and sexual feelings. Follow, like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for future life lessons."